Evening guys, this video is me at Westbury White Horse on Friday the 26th of June. Nice evening flight taking off somewhere around, I think it was about 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, may see you in the bottom field. I'm not sure if you spotted it already, but you'll notice there that my chest strap isn't done up. It's really annoyed me when I noticed after I'd taken off, because I have systems for systems for systems. This harness is a 7-point check and I still don't know how I forgot the chest strap. So there's little things like that, you know, that all of a sudden now take 5 or 10 minutes to get your head around about what else may have I forgot. I can't remember the last time I took off without a chest strap, and then, again, I know it's not, you know, safety critical, life saving. However, somewhere along the system my checks failed, so for me it's quite a big thing, and I hate it when little things like that happen because it puts my head in the wrong headspace. So back to the flying. It was sort of lightish conditions and very west. So when I took off I hit loads of sink and ended up just below the White Horse. And to be fair, I thought, yeah, that's probably it. Top to bottom, and probably a good penalty for not checking my gear properly. However, you can see when I come back onto White Horse now, I'm actually on its body. So I have gained, you know, from the bottom of its feet up to the mid-range. And it goes back to that basic stuff of turning in lift and just trying to maintain as much as I possibly can. And due to the winds being westerly, as I mentioned, I wanted to stay in the sort of safer air until I got higher, which was going to be the White Horse or in front of the nose of the White Horse. So you'll see there I'm not going into the corner of the bowl at all until I get significant height where I don't think there'll be any rotor at all. You can just see me doing one of my other checks now, which is once I get sufficient height, I always do a speed bar check in case I need to use it later on in the flight, and I can see there that the speed bar was clear. So it's about now I realise my chest strap isn't done up, and also that it's caught on the edge of my GoPro on one of the clips. So like I said, if I'd have done my checks properly on the ground, that wouldn't have happened and it wouldn't have been playing on my mind while flying for the next 5-10 minutes. You'll notice I don't do it up just yet because I am still low and I'm still thinking about am I going to land. So my plan there is get sufficient height and then go back onto the chest strap problem. So finally I'm starting to get sufficient height and I'm actually starting to get above the horse now. So now I can start to think about maybe just pushing a little bit more into that corner and just using that full length of the west facing ridge of where the White Horse is. So this here, you can just hear that vario going. So there's a little bit of lift here, so I spend quite a bit of time just working that little bit of lift, pushing forward, doing a 360, coming back into the lift and just slowly gaining some more height. So I fast forward the video here because again I spend about 6 minutes of just pushing forward a little bit, doing a 360, pushing forward, doing a 360, and I get up to about 1800 to 2000 foot, and then this allows me to push onto Westbury, which is directly in front of us now. So just keep pushing forward here, and it's quite a lifty line all the way down the left side of Westbury, and if there's anything significant in climbs, 4 to 5 seconds of constant climb, I'll do a 360, go back into it and push forward. At this point I get to about 2,250 foot and it starts to get a little bit fresh up there, to be fair, and I'm starting to think, why didn't I wear my jacket, which is in the back of my harness. No good in the back of my harness at all. And this is probably where I made a mistake now, because I pushed right up to the edge of Westbury and it was lifty all the way, and then for some reason I decided to go across the town, which was silky, and instead of going back to the lift I went to the far side of the town over towards where the concrete works are. And it was weird because, again, as I mentioned before, I was at 2,200 foot and the temperature dropped about 7 or 8 degrees. It was a real significant drop in temperature, and from that point on it was sink all the way back to the horse. And I went to look for thermals in the usual spots. So the first one I went over to was the concrete works. Again, nothing happened on the concrete works, still in this constant sort of 1.5 to 2 metre sink. And then I went over to the pig farm, which is one of my favourite spots to pick up lift. And then I went back onto the ridge on the far side of the ridge where the trees are, which I always get lift there as well, but nothing at all. Like I said, just a massive air came through that was considerably colder than the air we'd been flying in 10-15 minutes before. So as mentioned, the concrete works didn't work, so then over to the pig farm, which is this sort of grey brown fields just to the left of the pod, in front of the bunch of trees. Always works. But again, on this occasion, flew all the way over it on the upwind side and just nothing at all. You can see the pig farm just coming into view now. My second option now is again the upwind side of this spur, so the right side of the spur where the trees are. Again, you'd think westerly wind would be hitting that, pushing up it, and again giving me a bit of lift. 50 minutes earlier, as mentioned, this whole side was booming, but nothing at all. So I start limping my way back to the White Horse itself. There is 2 or 3 pilots flying the White Horse, but they're significantly low, maybe 20-30 foot above the White Horse. So I know nothing's working down there, so I am already sort of getting in that mindset, is it time to land? If I remember rightly, it's about 8:15 now. I know one of the pilots is Tim Eggett, who I took off with, who he had an half decent flight as well. And then Milo's another pilot who I've never flown with, and I don't know who the 4th guy was. But you can see me and Tim now have come down to that same height Tim's at. and then there's two of the wings slightly lower than him. So I know it's going to get congested on this white horse because it's the only place that's giving us a little bit of ridge lift. So again, a few minutes later, and yet again another 10 foot lost, and I can feel we're losing a battle here. It depends how brave you want to be if you're thinking about trying to go and land down, which I wasn't. You can see we're all getting tight. I'd already had 53, 54 minutes, so at that point I was like, yeah, I'm going to land. And it was quite nice actually, because Tim had just made that decision about 40 seconds before me, so coming and landing behind Tim Eggett. That was better than nothing, wasn't it? Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. If there's anything else you'd like to add into my videos or comments, please share that on YouTube.